Hey guys, Colbert here. Welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends with Trunda and Rae. Today we'll be doing a showcase of both of those champions. I've got my Rae on a +3 empowerment, which means she's almost the best Rae that she can be, okay? It's my only champion that I have empowered on the account. I've got the very good Savage gear on Trunda. I will be equipping that specific gear on Rae as well for this showcasing, putting them on the same kind of situations and seeing who is better, because Rae actually has a higher multiplier than Trunda. So the obvious observation would be that Rae is better than Trunda, but we'll have to see it in action. My own Trunda is at 102,000 power, so this will be a fun one. So getting started with Trunda. Guys, the lights are out, so it means that I need a sponsor for this video. Luckily, today's sponsor, Bloodline Heroes of Lethas, has come to save the day. New legends will be born in this traditional Western RPG game, available on both Android and iOS devices. It's played vertically, so it's much easier on your hands. It's a hero collector game, so there's multiple legendary champions for you to collect, and you can actually even make your own heirs and separate bloodlines. Check it out. There's going to be a link down in the description and comments of the video. This game features a unique system of heirs and how to create heirs using a variety of legendary champions. Using those heirs, you can actually change their skills based on the bloodline that you choose. Build your own kingdom and economy, and try out heroes such as Card from the Dragonborn faction, and of course Lycanis from the Lycans faction. You can get a 4-star crown and card companion for free by just logging into the game, and you must try out the Lycans faction. They're always the coolest. Werewolves, I mean, they're always the coolest, right? You can switch the genders of your companions freely in the game, which is a very unique feature that I've noticed, and you can even unlock more companions for free. The higher your companion's intimacy, the better your offspring will be within the game. And talking about offsprings, you can actually marry your champions together, and interracial marriages between champions can actually create some unique skills to have to your own champions. To celebrate the launch, players can now obtain one of the heirs of Dragonborn and Demigods, one of the strongest bloodlines, for free. So what are you waiting for? Download the game. There's going to be a link down in the description and comments of the video. Use my gift code to obtain a random bloodline right now and rewards worth $20. 1 champion token, 100,000 gold, and 100 diamonds. Check the game out. Bloodline Heroes of Lethas will be available on both Android and iOS devices on June 23rd. Definitely check out the game, guys. Sponsors always help the channel grow, and those help the channel keep going. So definitely check out the game that has been sponsoring this video. So, Trunda Guild Mallet. Let's have a look at her with the gear that I have very quickly on the overall stats and what she can do. She's got 6.9 thousand attack, 174 speed, 100 crit rate, 281 crit damage with no accuracy at all. That already makes her amazing on paper, right? You can't wait to use her. I even have refresh gear because I use this Trunda belt so well. Also for the Hydra, does a lot of damage. So then the big thing about Trunda is her multipliers. Okay, let's have a look at the multipliers that she has. She's got this force rhythm with a 3 multiplier, but this is a double hitting attack when the stun is not placed. She does a double hitting attack, and that's what makes Trunda so good. A 3 multiplier becomes basically a 6 multiplier, and her A2 skill, this Cloak of Ages, also has a 6 multiplier. Such an amazing skill, and Trunda is indeed a top ultimate nuker. This A3 works wonders against stuff like Rotos, because he does need to get that double hit on him, and it's very clear when you see a Trunda with good gear on how much of a burst that she can do, right? In terms of masteries, I do have Helm Smasher on the Trunda. I have Stoke to Fury for extra damage on any debuffs that are applied on me. I have Shield Breaker, although it's not needed to have Shield Breaker if you're running a build that removes all the shields, but this sometimes can come in clutch in situations where the enemies get some shields. Let's say from any kind of champion that applies shields after the fight starts and the fight goes on for a little bit longer. This will actually give you more damage over Heart of Glory, which you need to be at 100% health for this to actually take in effect. And of course, I went the defense route with Retribution for that counterattack extra damage boost. All right, of course, Trunda and Rae for this video will be fully booked out with my best gear, with the same gear, so that there's no chance almost for any discrepancies. The only problem is the accessories, which obviously cannot transfer from a dwarf over to a dark elf. If we could, this would have been a madness, a mad world, right? If we could transfer the dwarfs stuff over. Imagine Rae being able to equip the gear that Trunda had. It would have been insane. No, a dwarf is tiny. Rae, not so tiny. Okay, let's get this showcase started with the Trunda. We have the defense down from Madame says you need that. We'll be removing the shields, and Hedgie is there to lock them out, hopefully to allow me to take turns, because this is like my team that I use. Mostly I use my Sifi and my Soulless, so this is just for the showcase, guys. We'll be using Hedgie to kind of cheese things and not care about the enemy speed really, or what they have. Let's see. We didn't get a lockout. Oof, we got a big hit there. Is he gonna get a turn? Ooh. We got the big burst. All right, managed to survive there. Almost managed to survive. Let's remove the buffs and all the shields and everything, and Trunda will go now. Let's just stop them from taking a turn, hopefully. And then let's see Trunda's A3. Double tap there, 100k, and then another 95k on, let's say, Arbitrary. That was insane. 200k in terms of total damage dealt. I kind of love Trunda for this nuking ability that she has. Let's go and do this again on very similar kind of team. More tanky targets here with Magnar. Magnar is also weak affinity against the Trunda. Let's see how this goes. We look out the speed boosters there. That's what I want to see. That helps this team go. Defense down for the showcase. And let's see Trunda again. We should see the same damage coming out of this one. Let's stop that Magnar getting a turn. Boom. Damn, that was a big hit. I expected it to go onto my Trunda. Ooh, no increased attack for this one. Can we still do anything with no increased attack? Let's see. 120k and 114k. Insanity by the Trunda, all right? So we should be expecting like a big burst of damage of 200k plus with the Trunda. Let's have a look at this one. Ooh, lots of poisons there. Let's lock them out. Increase attack on the Trunda. She's also got the poisons now on her, which, remember, I have the one mastery that gives her the extra damage when she does have debuffs on her. So we'll see a even bigger burst now. And that shield also will be huge here. Let's see. Boom. 149k, 121k, 160k on the on the Roche card plus. We're looking at totals of 300,000 coming on from Trunda. So let's go back to Rae. Remember, Rae is also a +3 empowered. She does have the higher multipliers, but because of the difference in, let's go and see Trunda very quickly. I'll explain what I mean. So if we go and see Trunda, here's my Trunda. She's got a 1600 base attack, which is already much bigger than what Rae has. So the empowerment is what will hopefully get Rae to be much better than Trunda. So 1300, but the empowerment gives me 400, 1600. Although increased attack from all gear goes on the base. Okay, it goes on your base attack, and the empowerment does not affect your base. It's just an added bonus. It's that there. I don't think I can get to 6.9k attack with the same gear on Rae, but we'll try and do our best. So be right back, putting all the gear onto Rae, and we'll do the showcase right now. Actually, before we do that, let's do a showcase of Trunda in dungeon situations. Trunda in dungeon situations can be placed on the leader slot to give extra attack to the whole group. So that's a good benefit, but Rae has an insane aura, which we'll have a look in a second when we do that showcase. So let's boost the attack. We'll put a defense down, weaken. Defense down, weaken, and then Trunda gets the turn. And does she have enough damage? Like, this one only has the defense down. Let's see. Double tap, 145, 159. She totally destroys this wave with even the defense down, only down. She totally destroys this wave. So yeah, Trunda does have the damage to go through these waves. This was stage 20 though. Spirit affinity, so she was strong there. So let's have a look at Rae. Rae will be taken with the same gear that Trunda has. The masteries that I have on Rae will be switched. I've got War Master on her. Let me quickly change them to the exact same ones that Trunda had. So here's Rae. I gave her the same masteries as Trunda, but Unfortunately, we cannot get to that 6.9k attack that Trunda had. We got to the same crit damage, 100% crit, 6.5k here. I don't think I can get to that one, but Rae, because of the empowerment and all that, she does have a big benefit from accuracy, which accuracy helps her do more damage with her banish skill, which also can apply a freeze and remove buffs. So the utility is actually there more so than for Trunda, because if Trunda gets accuracy, she stuns and will only do the one hit, and it's a 3 multiplier compared to the 6 multiplier that the A2 skill has. 6.5 if I'm being precise, when the enemy has debuffs. All right, it's usually a 4.3% as I see here, and becomes a 6.45 if you do have the debuffs on the enemies. And her A3 skill has a multiplier of 5.3, which is again a very high multiplier on this A3 skill, considering that it removes buffs and also can freeze the enemies with a 70% chance. All right, you can increase that, of course, but that's not the way that you go with masteries for control. For Rae, there's no point. You go for damage. All right, let's go and see Rae in action in the same kind of situations. We need the defense down. Let's go against a let's go against this one, like a very similar team. Let's have a look at Rae. I want to see that big burst from the A2, and I want to see numbers comparable to Trunda, but we do have 400 attack less, which is kind of sucks, to be honest. But let's see. Ooh, we got hit there, reduced our reduced my thermometer there. Let's see. Let's apply defense down weaken. We need that for Rae to do something. Okay. Will we ever get a turn with Rae? All right, so now all the enemies have debuffs. We've got the 1x speed on, so we can look at this clearly. Let's see the A2 skill from Rae. I want to see some big numbers. 6.3 multiplier. I want to see big crits. We even have a weak target over there. And let's see. 249, 280k. Very close to what Trunda had. Remember, we are running 400 less attack. I couldn't get it higher with the accessories that I had. My accessories are so bad for this faction. So let's try against this team. We do have very high defensive targets with more 2 and Duchess there. Duchess reduces the damage from AoE attacks, so we will see lower numbers here. Just note that, guys, we will see lower numbers. And we do manage to get all the debuffs down. Let's do defense down. Wish I had weekend so I can showcase that as well. Let's just trying to stop that Trunda. Wow, Trunda got to half health with just Hedgie. Thinking about attacking. No, he did attack, but she's very lightweight. Usually Trundas are tanky, by the way. Okay, let's see the A2. Can it take out these targets with Duchess? She provides on her own a big reduction to AoE damage. Will that be enough though with this Rae with the same gear that the Trunda had? Let's see the burst. Boom, look at that. Look at that. One shot all of them. This wouldn't work against stuff like Rotos. I'm just saying that, but it works so well. It would work against stuff like this with Vogoth, because Vogoth would be able to potentially heal the whole team back. If you put in the Trunda there, she would try to hit everybody. If they survive that big hit, then Vogoth, because he would get hit as well, he would heal everybody back to full. And usually what happens is that Trunda doesn't have enough burst. But let's see what happens with Rae with almost again almost the same gear. We're placing them together. Remember, it's a +3, so that basically shows how insane Trunda is on a +4. +4 Trunda will melt through targets. Those +4s that I've seen before have 8,000 plus attack, and it blows my mind on that kind of gear. Right? Actually, if I left all these shields up, my Rae would have been able to do more damage, but we need the defense down to do like an equal showcase here. And let's see what's gonna happen against these targets. The A2 skill, remember, is the one that has the higher multiplier, 6.45. As I said, when you have debuffs on, and it's very easy to apply debuffs with a Madame series. Anything that applies the defense down. A Hedgie applies debuffs, but those are not defense down. So that's Actually good if you want to run something like a Warlord instead of a defense down. You run the Warlord to lock them out, and you don't mind that you don't have the defense down, because Rae will be getting that extra benefit from just any kind of debuff on the enemies because of Hedgie applying the debuffs, right? Let's see the A2. Boom, look at 242, 258k. That Volgoth didn't have the chance to heal for sure. Pure insanity. Wish I could push the gear to the exact same attack numbers, because remember the multipliers, what they do is they use your attack base plus your critical damage, not the attack base, the attack total plus the critical damage, and it's basically a mathematical equation to get those big numbers in the end. Let's do a refresh and see what kind of other targets we can see. All right, let's do a refresh of this list and see. Okay, we get a Morley there. That's gonna be annoying, but let's try it out. Morley against Hedgie. No, it's just a recipe for disaster there. Let's do this one. Is there any Rotos defenses here? Yeah, but I don't have. Oh, look at all these +4s. This will be a good test of the tankiness of the enemies versus Rae's burst. Or do they not have any gear on? Are they simply just +4s? What is happening here? I gotta see this. All right, let's see. Let's put the defense down. Let's boom, tap them. Let's do the A2 here. Boom, 279. Yeah, it's without a doubt, Rae is definitely worth it if you have that kind of gear to use Rae, because the only added benefit of Trunda is the double hit, which the double hit comes handy in those situations. Rae has the control capabilities with some accuracy. Let's say you have an increased accuracy, you can get your Rae's accuracy all the way to 350. Rae becomes such a solid champion, and she's an OG that gets neglected many times just because of how strong Trunda is. Usually everybody goes like, oh, let's use Trunda, but you know, this 100,000 power Rae is standing next to Trunda and saying, yo, I'm still here. Even if you have the higher base stats, I'm still here, and I'm actually dishing out a ton of damage. It's kind of unfair when you compare like these attack-based champions, because both are great, but because Rae has those, she has the freeze, she has the remove buffs, I think they thought, okay, let's reduce the multiplier that she has, or reduce the base stat that she has, and in that way we reduce her multipliers. But Trunda has high base, she has high multiplier, she has the capability to stun, she has that A2 which is insane in Hydra. It's not a situation where Trunda loses here. It's pretty clear, but she has this amazing skill, by the way. Increases ally speed in dungeons by 33%. This is insane. It definitely helps with progression, if you guys ever thought of that. If you have Rae and you use her in dungeons, you get a big boost for your speed. Let's say you have 100 base speed, that's 33 extra speed that you get just because Rae is placed on the lead. It's an amazing champion. I use her many times when I see an account have Rae in there. I use Rae on the lead because it helps boost those stats and make the takeover much easy. So now we have mostly weakens here, and then defense down, weaken on these 3 targets. Is that gonna be enough? Probably will be, because you guys have seen how much damage she can do. Look at that, 246, 295k by Rae there. Wow. All right, let's have a look at the A3 as well without anything. The A3 doesn't have the same kind of benefit with inflicts 50% more damage. This is just the freeze chance by Rae. Look at that, 105k without a defense down or anything else. That is so cool. Which is why I also empowered her, guys. I didn't empower her because I thought, oh, I have copies of Rae, might as well. Rae is fantastic. She's definitely worth it. She is neglected because of all the other nukers. If I had a 0+ Rae, I would be even at less amount of attack, unfortunately, less amount of speed, less amount of accuracy. If I had a +4 Rae, this would have been insanely more beneficial to Rae, because she would have extra crit rate, extra crit damage. We would have seen a much different kind of situation, but she still stood very close to a normal Trunda, a +3 Rae versus a normal Trunda. And yeah, she even did more damage in some situations, but Trunda is still still the best, I believe. Anyway, this was the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Check out the sponsor for this video. There's gonna be a link in the comments below and description of the video. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.